Stop 26 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to the 1.366 mile racetrack, egg-shaped oval that is been known as the Lady in Black, or of course the track to Tut the Tame, as myself would call it. But this is Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina, is where we're at here today. It's the running of the Mountain Dew Southern 500s. We're set for 56 laps of action on this racetrack. The last time we was here in Darlington, we had a great finish in that race. So see what happens here today. On the pole for today's event, it's the winner at California, William Brock, on the pole for today's event at 187 miles per hour. Alongside of him, car number 5, it's Phil Parker alongside. Row 2 has Dylan Young, the winner at Watkins Glen, in the number 2 Miller Ford. And beside him, number 7, it is Mike Becker, still looking for his first victory this season. Row number 3 has the winner of the last 2 Southern 500s, Jessica Shelton. She's a 3-time winner this season so far, number 94 McDonald's Ford. She's alongside Zachary Fitzwater in car 29, the Cartoon Network Chevrolet. Going to the 4th row, it's Kyle Matthews, who won this season at Rockingham, and he'll be alongside number 28, the Texaco Haviland Ford of Keith Batson alongside. Row number 5, excuse me, will have car 37, Joshua Osborne, 2-time winner this season. He won at Indianapolis and at North Wilkesboro. He'll be alongside car 19, Jesse Turner. Row 6 will have Joshua Collard, who won the season at Michigan at the second Michigan race. He's in the 43 STP Pontiac, and beside him will be car number 9, the Spam Ford of Ashland Boyd. Next row down, we'll have Becca Tellier in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6, and she'll be alongside number 15, Preston Dive Bomb City Plord, in number 15. Next row down, we'll have 3-time winner this season. It's Kat Batson in number 88, the Quality Care Service Ford Credit Ford Thunderbird, and Kev Shearer, who nearly won the spring race here, only to get passed on the last lap. He's still looking for that first victory of the season. He's in number 71. Next row down, we'll have 2-time winner this season, Charles Sanford. He won the Daytona 500, and he also won the night race at Bristol this season. He's in car 41. Beside him in car number 98 will be Max Anderson. Next row down, we'll have Cole Deaver in the GM Goodrich Chevrolet car number 3. He has one of our in-car cameras in today's event. He is alongside number 21, Jason Haywood. Next row down, we'll have number 8, Glenn Duhit in the Circuit City Ford, and Nick Baxter in car 81, the Square D Ford. Next row down, we'll have Al Lagacy in car 33, and beside him, number 75, Quentin Moore. Next row down, we'll have number 10, Ryan Acosta, and beside him will be number 11, Patrick Smith. Next row down, we'll have car number 30, Audra Baranowskis in the Pennzoil Pontiac, and number 44, the Phoenix Racing Chevrolet of Jonathan Zorlin. Going the next row down, we'll have Dylan Poteet in car number 22, the MB&A Pontiac, and beside him, number 24, the DuPont Chevrolet of Michael Whitman, who had a great run the last race on the tour at Bristol. Next row down, we'll have Paul Bennett, the winner of this season at the first Bristol race, in the number 18 Interstate Battery Chevrolet, and Kyle Langland in number 25, the Budweiser Chevrolet. Next row down, we'll have Jack Lagacy in number 87 and number 90, Jordan Lopez. Next row down has Shane Lake in number 17, and beside him will be car 99, Levi McIntyre, the 5-time winner this season and point leader coming into this event. Had to work his way up to the field again. Next row down, we'll have number 16, Johnny Gardner, winner this season at Pocono, and number 12, JT Bryant. Next row down, we'll have car number 1, Alexander Rowe, and number 23, Ryan George, winner this season at the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. And starting shotgun in the field, Chelsea Bowles in car 77, the Jasper Engines Ford. And I should mention also, Al Lagacy was the winner at the Las Vegas event. That is one winner I forgot, by the way. And Levi McIntyre, by the way, he starts back in the back. He is going for the Darlington sweep. He won the sprint. He won the first time he was here. And he was the one, of course, that battled Kev Shearer down to the standstill on the final lap in the spring race. So we're set for racing here today at Darlington. 56 laps of action. Here comes the command to fire the engines here on this racetrack.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Command given to fire the engines as we get set for racing here on this racetrack. So we mentioned Cole Deaver has one of our in-car cameras in today's event. One of our front row starters, that would be Phil Parker. He has our second in-car camera in today's event. And our third will be carried by Keith Batson. So that's going to be interesting. So it'll be interesting to see how this race will end up here today on this track that's known as the Egg-Shaped Oval at Darlington, South Carolina. The track Too Tough to Tame, as it is known. As we are here as we're here for one of the crown jewel races, the Mountain Dew Southern 500. And let's remember, Jessica Shelton's won the last two of those events, I think, or either that or two of the last three, whichever it was. But we'll see what happens here. Can she make it? Can she make it a third time, or will somebody else have something to say about that? And but Phil Parker is yet to win a race this season, as is Mike Becker, and the other two. William Brock won at California this season. He has a win this season, as does Dylan Young. So we'll see what happens here as the field comes down off turn number 4. Green flag will be waving here. Looking for it, and they did it. We're racing at Darlington. William Brock, the first lap led for him here as he's got Dylan Young in the second position, Shelton at the third spot, fourth is now Matthews, and fifth is Osborne. And let's remember, Osborne is second place in the points, and Shelton is third in the standings coming into this event. And with Levi McIntyre starting in the back, those two have an opportunity to try to gain some points on him going into this event, coming out of this event. But early to tell right now, 56 laps of course is the distance here today. We have completed 2 of them, so we got 54 to go. Dylan Young up the track he goes right there, as you see Osborne going underneath him, as does Becker. And meantime, battle for the lead. Brock and Shelton going at it for the lead. Shelton, by the way, a hometown lady herself out of the state of South Carolina, has won 2 Southern 500s, is yet to win a spring event here at Darlington, but she does have 2 on this racetrack here. Kyle Matthews is yet to win here at Darlington, believe it or not. And off the 4th turn they come here. Shelton leads her first up, so she gets her 5 bonus points for leading a lap. Osborne would like to get some himself. And our front row starters have suddenly disappeared from the field, by the way. And suddenly Cole Deaver, who started back in the middle of the pack, he's already up to the 11th position right now. See where he crossed the start-finish line at. He crossed it in 10th position. So Darlington, very fun. So Darlington's becoming a quite a competitive track here, as it used to be. As you ride with Cole Deaver in number 3, the GM Goodrich Chevrolet is right there behind Charles Sanford in number 41. Sanford has 2 wins this season so far, and one of which, of course, includes another crown jewel event, the Daytona 500. And Becca Tellier, actually, no, not Becca Tellier, Kat Batson slipped to the inside on the apron of the track, and she dips the apron again coming off the 2nd turn, as Shelton drops back, her and Osborne both. And now Kyle Matthews takes the lead with Mike Becker in the 2nd position. Here comes Collard in 3rd. Becca Tellier is up the 4th position by way of the 6th car. Kat Batson up the 5th position. 6th right now is Fitzwater. And then the 7th goes Sanford as they come up there to the 3rd and 4th turns now, or 1st and 2nd turns, excuse me. And you see by the speedometer right there on the top of the screen, and see how fast some of the people go into turn number 1 and turn 3 as well. They'll go into turn number 1 at 190 miles an hour. Now they'll go through 1 and 2 just about full throttle, 187 miles per hour through this part of the course. And up to about 190 off the second turn. Let's see what happens. How fast. Fitzwater 203 going into turn number 3. And down to 170 coming off the fourth corner as Cole Deaver goes inside of him right now. Fitzwater's last lap, 185.654 miles an hour. Deaver a slight bit faster at 186.5. Mike Becker now currently the leader right now. Number 7, as you see on the top of the screen with the leaderboard right there. And so far, Charles Saber has the fast lap at 187.8 miles an hour, almost 188 miles an hour. He and Fitzwater had the tie for fastest lap, by the way. And you see right there up front, Joshua Collard now takes the lead in 43. There he is, car 43, the winner this season at the second race at Michigan. That battle between he and Kyle Matthews had. Tellier's in second, Matthews in third, fourth is Batson, fifth right now is Mike Becker, Sanford in sixth position, seventh is Fitzwater, eighth is Deaver, ninth is Dylan Young, and Keith Batson currently running in 10th position, and number 28 as he's taking that spot from Jessica Shelton. Riding now with Keith Batson in car 20, Texaco Haviland Ford. He will be with this ride next season, by the way. The 88 car of Cat Batson will be a second Haviland car, by the way, as we go into the 1995 car set for next season with the Cup 98 mod. And up ahead from Keith's view, you see one of his cars, and Becca Tellier takes the lead in number 6. Caution free so far here at Darlington. Keith's fastest lap, almost 187 miles an hour, 186.9 to be exact. And we'll check and see where our third in-car camera is running at. That's Phil Parker, and he's running in 13th position in car number 5. Let's see where he's at this time by across the start-finish line. Parker now running in the... still in 13th position is where he's at right now. It's about to lose a spot. And Parker got off the wall coming off turn number 2, so Parker gets a bit of a wall scrape coming off the second turn. And trying to get the spot back from Preston Florida, number 15. And you saw the side of that number 5 car caved in a little bit. There's a good shot of it right there. Caved in a little bit in the number 5 Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet. And a lead now being held by Kyle Matthews. Let's take a nope. Lead's not being held by Matthews anymore. It's held now by It's now being held by Kat Batson, number 88, the Quality Care Service Ford. She is looking for her 4th of the season this season. She won a season at Talladega. She also won at Sonoma, and she also won... Actually, no, she won at Talladega. She won at Riverside as well, excuse me, not Sonoma. That went to Shelton. She won at Talladega, Riverside, and at the first race at Michigan this season. Mike Becker, his last victory came last season at Talladega in the Winston 500. He is hungry for a victory here this season. Charles Saber looking for his 3rd of the season. He won the last race on the Tour at Bristol, Tennessee in the night race. And he would love to get a Southern 500 victory himself, as would everybody else in this field. And Cat Batson got off the wall and come off turn number 4, excuse me. And Fitzwater looking pretty strong right there. Becker takes the lead, but only for a moment, and now he hits the wall off the second turn. And now for the lead comes Charles Sanford, and he's got it. And here comes Fitzwater for second, and he's going to get it come off the second turn. So, on the fourth turn, things happen so quick I get screwed up on turns. And now Mike Becker hung up to the high side of the track here. You see Deaver go by, Collard going by, Batson, Shelton, several others. And meanwhile, Becca Tellier trying to move to the inside of Joshua Osborne in 37. Preston Boards in this mix. Nick Baxter in 81 in this mix. He's yet to get a top 10 this season. And could this be the day he might get it? Well, we'll see what happens here. As we said, plenty of racing left to go. 20 of 56 in the books, and 36 are left to go. So Becker drops back as you ride on board now with Phil Parker at number 5. And Fitzwater gets off the wall here. Parker at the back off the gas a little bit. Parker flat flooring it through the turns there. 185 miles an hour, 187 off the second turn. And down about 167 miles per hour through the middle of 1 and 2. Shelton off the wall. Her and Baxter touch come off the fourth turn. You saw a good view out of it from Phil Parker's view. So Shelton drops back to 11th, and now Kev Shear gets in the mix. Where did he come from in a 71 car? Side by side, now Jason Haywood gets into the mix in the 21 car. That's the Woodburd's piece he's driving, the Sitco Ford. And Shelton still can't keep her car off the high side. So Haywood up to 12th, Shear up to 11th. Back to leaders. Kat Batson still up front here. Here comes Cole Deaver now for second position now. Cole Deaver has our roof cam here at Darlington. Catches a sniff of the draft off of the 88 car of Kat Batson. Now he'll close right into the third turn. 166 miles an hour down through the third and fourth turns. And off at about 170 coming off the second turn, off the fourth turn, excuse me. Oh boy. You heard Deaver had to back off the throttle just a little bit, and he goes inside of Batson. Nothing doing for the moment. And he'll give it another try going through 1 and 2. He's up on the back bumper of Kat Batson's car. He goes inside now. Deaver, a 2-time winner this season so far. He won in Atlanta, and he also won in the Burke Lakefront Airport at Cleveland, and he spins Batson out. Cole Deaver spins Kat Batson to try to take the lead, but he still doesn't take the lead. That honor now goes to Joshua Collard. So caution number 1 happens here. Deaver trying to take the lead, but still does not do it. Collard's going to take it with Keith Batson second. And it sounds to me like Kat Batson's going to have some words with Cole Deaver on that one. Come off the second turn. Let's see what happens here. And we were riding with Deaver when this happened too. Off the second turn, Batson got the high side off the second turn. She gets loose, and Cole goes up the track. Yep, taps the back of that 88 car. And, oh, Kat slams into the wall hard off the second turn and goes on a frightening 120-mile-an-hour slide. And you can bet from the inside of Kat's car, she sees the red light on the dashboard, which tells her the engine's stalled out. So, Kat Batson, and yep, Kat Batson, and of course that crash knocks her right out of the race. So, Kat not able to get her car back going again, and Apparently, some more internal problems on that number 88 car is what's knocked her out. So KB Enterprises is down to just 3 cars now left. And that's Keith Batson, Becca Tellier, and Jason Haywood. And you see some of the drivers that was actually up there early in the part of the race there has now dropped back. Jessica Shelton, who actually led a lap, she's now down to last, and she's now down to 40th at the moment. So she's got quite a ways to work her way back up. As you see some of the where some of the drivers are running at right now. Pace car lights are off. We will get the green this time by on lap number 32. So we will have 15 laps. So we'll have actually 25 to go here at Darlington. You see points leader Levi McIntyre actually running in 30th. Jesse Turner in 27th at the moment. Kev Shear, who actually got his way up to the top 10, actually dropped back to 25th. So, but all that's bound to change the way they've been racing here today at Darlington. I probably wouldn't doubt that they would be changing his positions constantly. But right now it is Joshua Collard leading. Keith Batson second. Third is Cole Deaver. Fourth is Joshua Osborne. Fifth is Charles Sanford. Becca Tellier sixth, matching in car number 6. Preston Board 7th, 8th is Nick Baxter, 9th is Jason Haywood, and 10th is Kyle Matthews. As the green flag is about to fall out here, and we are back underway at lap number 32 here in the Mountain Dew Southern 500. So you got Pontiac in first, Fords in second and third, and Chevy third and fifth. Batson takes a move to the inside of Collard as they come up to the 4th turn here. Let's see what happens going into turn number 1. And Collard holds position for the moment. Batson staying right behind him. Deaver in the 3rd position at the moment. Back bumper from the back bumper of Keith Batson's car. And you see right there the front end of Cole Deaver's machine. Collard scrapes the wall, come off the 4th corner. Batson leads his first lap of the race. Now from the in-car camera inside Batson's car. And another in-car camera behind him. That's Cole Deaver, whom you're riding with right now. Keith hoping the same thing doesn't happen to him as his wife Kat had just discovered. And that was Cole spinning her out, come off the 2nd turn. And we're back under yellow again here at Darlington. And it's the 25 of Kyle Langland. And I suspect there's another car involved. That was Patrick Smith in the 11. And yeah, side caved in on that 25 Budweiser Chevrolet. So, caution's breed caution. Sometimes a little sometimes a little problem can develop itself into something big, and let's see what happens. Come off the 2nd turn, or off the 4th turn, excuse me. Smith had a good run on Langland coming off the 4th corner. Shane Lake and William Bruck both got off the wall. Langland got tangled up with Shane Lake, and it sent Langland right into into Patrick Smith's car. And into the inside retaining wall, and Patrick Smith spinning around like a top. So not a good day for the 25 and the 11 teams as well. And the 25 of Langland now out of the race here. Patrick Smith still in the running, by the way. So Patrick Smith apparently suffering the same thing that Cat Batson did, and that was hitting the wall and not able to get his car to start back up. So pace car lights are now off here, as we'll set the running order for you right now. Keith Batson is the leader. 2nd is Cole Deaver. 3rd is Joshua Osborne, and with Shelton and McIntyre both back in the back. Osborne could be licking his chops right now to try to close in big on the points. And root for possibly a third championship for him. So like I said, he's not out of the points hunt neither. And Batson could be to the same boat as well. Charles Sanford's running in 4th position. 5th is Becca Tellier. 6th is Preston Plord. 7th is Jason Haywood. 8th is Kyle Matthews. 9th, Joshua Collard. 10th is Ashlyn Boyd. 11th is Paul Minnick. 12th is Michael Whitman. 13th, Phil Parker. 14th is Alexander Rowe. Nick Baxter, 15th. Mike Becker's dropped to 16th. 17th is Al Lagacy. 18th is Jordan Lopez. 19th, Dylan Young. And running 20th right now is Johnny Gardner. So, green flag will be flying on lap number 39 here at Darlington. We will have this time by 18 laps to go. So you got Fords running 1st and 3rds, and then Chevrolets running... Actually, you got Fords running 1st, 3rd, and 5th. Chevrolets are 2nd and 4th at the moment, as they look for a green flag on lap number 39, and Keith Batson will lead him down here in the Mountain Dew Southern 500. 18 laps to go. How bad does Keith Batson want to win his first race of the season? Really bad. He's been second a couple of times this season. Has been very close, but hasn't quite snatched the brass ring. But here comes Cole Deaver. He's going to try to spoil that for him. Deaver to the inside. He'll take the lead through the 3rd and 4th turns. And he brings the Dale Earnhardt cars out in front. Deaver looking for his 3rd win of the season, as is Joshua Osborne in 37. He also has 2 of the season. Here comes Osborne. He wants those 5 points. He saw Shelton lead a lap earlier. And now they're side by side. Ford on the inside, Chevy on the outside. And they go to the 3rd and 4th turns now. Now Osborne goes toe-to-toe with Deaver as they go to the 3rd and 4th turns now. Osborne takes the lead. Now he won the Brickyard 400 season at Indianapolis. That's what he's already got one of the crown jewel events. As does Charles Sanford behind him in the 41. But now Deaver and Sanford go backwards now, and it's now Becca Tellier to 2nd. 3rd is Preston Plord, having his best run of the season so far in the 15 car, as is Jason Haywood in 21. Haywood won at Indianapolis last season in the Brickyard 400. And did I mention that was one of the races that Osborne's won as well? Yeah, this season. But Osborne is lead right now. He gets his 5 bonus points for leading a lap. So now suddenly Deaver's and he and Matthews both slammed the turn 2 wall. Well, they also say at Darlington, that's where racers earn their stripes, and boy, they're getting their Darlington stripes right now. And now Matthews gets off the wall, as is Charles Sanford. And now Matthews about ready to lose a spot to Phil Parker, number 5. Parker goes by him. That's for 10th position. And up ahead of Parker is Ashlyn Boyd and Michael Whitman and Paul Minnick. Oh, yeah. And now Boyd gets off the wall, and Parker has to back off the accelerator a little bit. And he'll go inside of Boyd and takes the spot away from him, and now brings Nick Baxter with him in the 81 car. So we got a couple of new players in the top 10 right now. Meantime, Preston Plord has gotten to 2nd position. Now he and Osborne go toe-to-toe now for the lead. And don't count Jason Haywood out just yet in the 21 car. He might possibly be a spoiler in all this. So Ford sweep the top 4 spots at the moment right now with a Pontiac in 5th and Joshua Card. And here comes Haywood for the 2nd position. And he's got an Osborne right now looking at his rear mirror saying, go on, battle back there, guys. I'm going to take off and possibly win this thing. But there's still 11 laps to go. Minnick running in 6th position. Michael Whitman now running in 7th. And Cole Deaver running in 8th position as he's trying to work his way back up to the field now. As Paul Minnick got off the wall in the 18 car, and he has to back off the throttle just a little bit now, as he's realized he's closed up on Minnick a bunch. Deaver running in 8th position. So the bad news for Cole Deaver, he is 2.5 seconds back in the leader right now. Actually, make that 2 2/3 of a second. And here comes Jason Haywood for the lead on Osborne. And Osborne gets off the wall, as does Preston Plord. And it's Jason Haywood going to first place now. And Becca Taylor looking to make it 1-2 for KAB Enterprises. So right now, Haywood's the leader. Osborne's now second. Collard now at the 3rd position. Collard looking for his second win in 3 races at the moment. And the yellow flag is flown with 7 to go. Jonathan Zorland's crash. Glenn Duhit's crash. Kyle Matthews, 4th place in the standings. I think he spun. Shane Lake involved in 17 car. Oh, this changes everything now. Caution number 3 flying with 7 laps to go here at Darlington, South Carolina. And oh, what a shootout we're going to have here today. Zorland got loose coming off the 2nd turn here. Let's see what happens here. He gets squeezed in the wall by, I don't think Lagasse hit him in the 87. He gets right into Chelsea Bowles and Max Anderson, slams the wall, come out the front stretch, as Bowles and Zorland playing a little Donnie and Kale from 79 Daytona right there. And Zorland spins right there. Shane Lake gets involved in the 17 car. He spins as well. And Zorland, everybody just dodging and misses him. I tell you, it's amazing that happened. And there's where Kyle Matthews crashed, as he and Ryan Acosta both avoid the 44 car. But then I think, let's see what happened going into turn 3. Yeah, Matthews is going to go up the track, goes into a spin. Glenn Duhit also spun as well in the 8 car. And the funny thing was, Matthews and Duhit didn't get into each other. That was the funny part right there. So it's just kind of a simple crap happens is what it was. And Duhit vibrating. He's having a hard time trying to get his car back going again. So Matthews back in 35th position at the moment as the yellow flag is flown. And we'll see if the pace car gets the lights to turn off on the pace car. See how many laps we get to go for this race here. Lights are off on the pace car, so we'll have 3 laps to go when this race restarts. And the cars out of the race: Ryan Acosta, Jonathan Zorland, Shane Lake, Kyle Langland, and Kat Batson. And focusing in on the points battles right now. Excuse me. Yeah, and it's focusing on the points battle right now. Joshua Osborne is the best of the top 3. He's in 2nd place. Jessica Shelton right now running in 22nd position. So she's worked her way up through the field a little bit, but not much. But while Levi McIntyre runs right now in 27th position, so he's going to stand to lose a lot of ground in the points if Osborne stays where he's at right now or even wins this race. And of course, to make matters worse for him, if Shelton actually moves up a few spots and McIntyre stays where he's at right now. So interesting how the points are going to be as we go into the final 10 races of the season and the road to the championship for the Castrol GTX Cup Series for season 19. And the next race after this will be at Richmond, and actually we'll have 2 straight short tracks. Actually, we'll be at Richmond, and we'll also be at Dodge Motor Dome. Is where we're going to be at here this season. So for the first time ever. So keep an eye on that race here, obviously. But can Jason Haywood hold everybody off? He's got Osborne, he's got Collard, he's got Tellier, he's got Plord. Top 5, several, and 3 of those drivers are hungry for their first victory of the season. Let's see what happens here. 3 laps to go. Can the Joshuas do anything with a Jason? Haywood got a very good restart. Let's see what happens going to the 3rd turn now. Let's remember the last time we had a restart with 3 to go. Kev Shearer almost held them all off, and Levi McIntyre got him on the last lap. 2 laps to go. Here comes Collard. Sticks his nose to the inside of Osborne. Let's see what happens to off the 2nd turn. Osborne up to the high side now. And Osborne got the wall, so did Plord. Collard to 2nd. Haywood. Meantime, we'll see the white flag. We'll have 1 left to go. Becca Tellier trying to shove Collard up to the back bumper of the Haywood car. White flag. Last lap here at Darlington. Jason Haywood, his last victory came at the Brickyard 400 last season. Collard gets off, and Collard got off the wall. That should be all she wrote right there. Through the 3rd and 4th turns they come here. Jason Haywood, the number 21 Sitco Ford for the Woodrunners, rounds the 4th turn, and he will do it today. Jason Haywood wins the Mountain Dew Southern 500. Jason Haywood becomes the 14th I believe he becomes the 14th different winner this season in this series. And a great showing for the number 21 Sitco team. Joshua Collard comes home 2nd. 3rd will go to Becca Tellier. 4th to Joshua Osborne. And the points harvest he's going to get too. 5th place will go to Cole Deaver. 6th to Phil Parker. 7th place to Jordan Lopez. A great day for that 90 team. Where did he come from? Charles Sanford finishes in 8th. Johnny Gardner 9th. And Quentin Moore. We haven't talked about him at all today, and he ends up finishing in 10th. Here, average speed 117.293 in today's event at Darlington. So 26 races are in the books in the season. And we'll give you the rest of the finishing order here. Michael Whitman comes home in 11th. Preston Plord 12th. Paul Minnick 13th. Mike Becker 14th. Kev Shearer 15th in today's event. 16th place will go to Zachary Fitzwater. Ryan George 17th. William Brock 18th. Keith Batson 19th. And Jessica Shelton will end up in the top 20, finishing in 20th position. Rest of the finishing order, Al Lagacy, JT Bryant, Nick Baxter, Dylan Young, Alex in a row, point leader Levi McIntyre, 26th in this race here. Ashlyn Boyd, 27th, 28th, Jack Lagacy. 29th place finisher will be Max Anderson. Then comes Audra Baranowska finishing 30th in car number 30. Dylan Poteet, Jesse Turner, Chelsea Bowles, Glenn Duhit, Patrick Smith, and Kyle Matthews was the last finisher in today's event in 36. So that too will kill him in the points. He was 4th coming in the standings coming into this event. 5 cars out of the race: Ryan Acosta, Jonathan Soren, Shane Lake, Kyle England, and Kat Badson. And Kat Badson was also a top 10 runner in the points. That's going to hurt her as well. So points shakeup happening at Darlington, but the survivor, one of the low points runners in the 30s, I might add, Jason Haywood, a surprise winner here today as he wins here in the Mountain Dew Southern 500. So congratulations to the 21 team of the Wood Brothers and the KAB Enterprises team as well for what is their 4th victory of the season. 3 of those were Cat Batsons, and now Jason Haywood has his name to the list of the winners here today. So that's the story from Darlington, South Carolina. We'll see you at Richmond International Raceway for the running of the Toyota Care 400. If you like what you see here, if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got NR races, gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires for his channel. And please be sure to check out Seth's Tex Later Truck Series, Pizza Hut X Series, and Hershey's Cup Series. Please be sure to check those races out. Some of the best offline races are right here in the NNSCRA, and you will not regret checking those races out neither. So that's the story from Darlington, South Carolina. Again, congratulations to Jason Haywood, the winner of the Mountain Dew Southern 500. This is James Qualls. This has been a production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We'll see you at Richmond.
Frank, did you have any ignition problems?